She slammed the door of the yellow cab, heart pounding like a war drum, as the Manhattan skyline loomed like a judgment from above. "Vixenandra? Is that really you?" Her mother's voice cracked from the brownstone steps, 15 years of silence shattering in an instant. But the real earthquake hit when Vixen glimpsed the woman standing beside her mom, holding her hand, eyes full of unspoken stories that would unravel everything Vixen thought she knew. Vixenandra Hayes had always imagined this moment in fragments, pieced together from faded Polaroids and Grandma's hushed bedtime tales. The cab's exhaust mingled with the crisp autumn air as she stepped onto the cracked sidewalk of West 72nd Street, her duffel bag slung over one shoulder like a reluctant anchor. New York City pulsed around her. Honking taxis, hurried pedestrians in wool coats, the distant wail of a siren. But all she could focus on was the woman at the top of the stoop. Elena Hayes looked older than the photos, her once vibrant black hair now streaked with silver, pulled into a loose bun. Her eyes, the same piercing green as Vixen's, widened in disbelief. "Vixen! My God, you're all grown up." The words hung heavy, laced with regret that 15 years couldn't erase. Beside Elena stood a stranger, tall with short-cropped blonde hair and a gentle smile that seemed to soften the edges of the world. She wore a simple flannel shirt over jeans, exuding an effortless confidence that made Vixen's stomach twist inexplicably. "Hi, I'm Jordan," the woman said, extending a hand. "Your mom's told me so much about you." Vixen hesitated, her palm clammy as she shook it. Jordan's grip was firm, warm, like a promise she hadn't asked for. "Nice to meet you," Vixen muttered, her voice barely above the city hum. She glanced at Elena, searching for clues in her mother's face. Why was this Jordan here in this intimate reunion? Grandma had always said Elena left because of personal troubles, but never elaborated. Now standing here, Vixen felt the weight of unspoken truths pressing down. They moved inside the brownstone, a cozy two-story haven filled with bookshelves and abstract art. The living room smelled of fresh coffee and lavender candles, a far cry from Grandma's modest farmhouse in rural Pennsylvania. Elena gestured to the couch. "Sit, please. I made your favorite chocolate chip cookies just like when you were little." Vixen perched on the edge, her mind racing. 15 years. She'd been 5 when Elena packed a suitcase and vanished, leaving her with Grandma in that quiet town where everyone knew everyone's business. Grandma raised her with stern love, church on Sundays, and stories of a better life. "Your mama's out there chasing dreams," Grandma would say, but Vixen knew better. Dreams didn't abandon daughters. As they talked, haltingly at first, Elena filled in gaps. A new job as a gallery curator, travels to Europe, the brownstone she'd bought 5 years ago. Jordan hovered nearby, refilling mugs, her presence both comforting and intrusive. "Jordan's my partner," Elena finally said, her voice steady but eyes pleading for understanding. "Partner." The word landed like a stone in Vixen's chest. She stared, piecing it together. "You mean, like girlfriend?" The question tumbled out raw and unfiltered. Elena nodded, reaching for Jordan's hand. "Yes. We've been together for 8 years. I wanted to tell you sooner, but after your father died and with how your grandma felt about things, I thought it was best to wait until you were older." Vixen's world tilted. Her father had passed in a car accident when she was 3, a hazy memory of grief. But this? Grandma had always preached traditional values, her Bible worn from nightly readings. "Does Grandma know?" Vixen asked, her voice tight. Elena sighed. "She does now. It wasn't easy. She cut me off when I came out years ago. That's why I left, to find myself without dragging you into the mess." The revelation stung. A betrayal wrapped in love. Vixen excused herself to the guest room upstairs, a small space with a twin bed and a window overlooking Central Park's treetops. She unpacked mechanically, her mind swirling. All those years wondering why her mom didn't want her, and it boiled down to this: a secret life, a hidden love. That night, over takeout Chinese, conversation flowed easier. Jordan shared stories of her own. Growing up in Seattle, moving to New York for art school, meeting Elena at a gallery opening. "Your mom's the strongest person I know," Jordan said, her blue eyes locking onto Vixen's with an intensity that made Vixen look away. As days turned to weeks, Vixen settled into a routine. She explored the city, Times Square's neon chaos, the serene paths of the park, while Elena worked. Jordan, a freelance photographer, often joined her. "Come on, let's capture some magic," Jordan would say, handing Vixen a spare camera. One afternoon in Central Park, under a canopy of turning leaves, Jordan snapped photos of rowboats on the lake. Vixen watched her, mesmerized by the way Jordan moved. Graceful, focused. "You have an eye for this," Jordan commented, showing Vixen a shot of a couple picnicking. "Ever thought about photography?" Vixen shrugged. "Nah, I'm more of a writer. Grandma always said I had a way with words." But as they walked, shoulders brushing, Vixen felt a spark, unfamiliar and thrilling. Was it the city or something more? Back home, tensions simmered. Elena confessed more. The letters she'd sent that Grandma intercepted. The guilt that kept her away. "I thought you'd hate me," Elena admitted one evening, tears streaming. "I don't hate you," Vixen replied, hugging her for the first time in years. But doubt lingered. Was this family real, or just a fragile illusion? Jordan became a confidant, sharing late-night talks on the rooftop. "Coming out was hell for me too," Jordan said, staring at the stars. "Lost friends, family. But it's worth it for authenticity." Vixen nodded, her heart aching with unspoken questions. What if she felt the same pull? In high school, she'd crushed on girls but buried it under Grandma's expectations. Now, with Jordan's laughter echoing in her ears, those feelings resurfaced, insistent. One rainy evening, as thunder rumbled outside, Vixen found herself alone with Jordan in the kitchen. Elena was at a late meeting. "You okay?" Jordan asked, pouring wine. "Yeah. No. This is all so much." Vixen took a sip, the alcohol warming her veins. Their eyes met and time stretched. Jordan's hand brushed hers, sending electricity through her. "I see you, Vixen. The real you." Jordan's voice was soft, vulnerable. Before Vixen could think, she leaned in. Their lips met, soft, tentative, then deepening with years of pent-up emotion. It was her first real kiss, tasting of rain and possibility. But as they pulled apart, guilt crashed in. This was her mom's partner. Betrayal in its purest form. Vixen stumbled back, her face flushing hot despite the cool kitchen air. "We can't. This is wrong," she whispered, though her body screamed otherwise. Jordan's eyes widened in shock, then softened with regret. "You're right. I'm sorry. Just happened." Jordan ran a hand through her hair, pacing. "Elena's everything to me. We can't tell her." The secret hung between them like a storm cloud, heavy and unavoidable. That night, Vixen lay awake, replaying the kiss, the warmth, the forbidden thrill. She'd never felt so alive, yet so ashamed. Grandma's voice echoed in her mind. "Love is between a man and a woman, Vixen. Don't let the world confuse you." Morning brought awkward silences. Elena noticed the tension but chalked it up to adjustment pains. "Give it time, honey. We're family now." Vixen threw herself into the city to escape. She wandered museums, sketched in cafes, but Jordan's face haunted her. Was it infatuation or something deeper? And why Jordan? The woman who symbolized her mother's new life. Weeks passed in a blur of stolen glances and avoided conversations. Elena planned a family outing to the Hudson Valley for apple picking, hoping to bond. The drive upstate was scenic, rolling hills ablaze in fall colors, the air crisp with cider scents. Vixen sat in the back, Jordan driving, Elena chatting animatedly. At the orchard, they filled baskets with ripe Macintosh apples. Laughter came easier here, away from the city's grind. "Remember when you were little and we baked pies?" Elena asked, linking arms with Vixen. "Yeah, with Grandma's recipe." Vixen smiled, genuine for the first time. But as they wandered rows of trees, Jordan lagged behind, snapping photos. Vixen joined her, the pull magnetic. "Beautiful day," Jordan said neutrally. Vixen nodded, heart racing. "About that night. I can't stop thinking about it." Jordan froze. "Vixen, we have to forget it. For Elena's sake." But the words felt hollow. That evening at a cozy inn, Elena retired early with a headache. Vixen and Jordan shared a bottle of local wine on the porch, stars twinkling above. "Tell me about your life back home," Jordan prompted, steering safe. Vixen opened up. The small-town isolation, secret journals filled with unspoken desires, Grandma's unwavering faith. "I felt like an outsider. Like I didn't fit." Jordan listened, her expression empathetic. I know that feeling. When I realized I was gay, it was like the world cracked open. Scary but freeing. Their hands touched again, intentional this time. The kiss that followed was deeper, fueled by confessions. They broke apart only when headlights swept the driveway, Elena returning from a walk. Panic set in. This can't happen again, Vixen said, but her resolve crumbled. Back in the city, the affair ignited in secret moments. A brush in the hallway, whispered words in the dark. Jordan confessed her doubts about Elena. The relationship had grown comfortable, but passion faded. You make me feel alive again, she admitted one stolen afternoon. Vixen wrestled with guilt. This wasn't who she wanted to be, a betrayer. Yet the connection with Jordan felt inevitable, like fate rewriting her story. The high came crashing down during a gallery event Elena hosted. Dressed in a sleek black dress, Vixen mingled with artists and collectors. Jordan was there, professional as ever. But in a quiet corner, their eyes met, and Jordan pulled her into a storage room. We have to stop, Vixen murmured between kisses. I know, Jordan replied, but neither meant it. Unbeknownst to them, Elena overheard a fragment, enough to suspect. That night, confrontation erupted. What's going on between you two? Elena demanded, voice trembling. Vixen froze, tears welling. Jordan stepped forward. It's my fault. We kissed. Once. Elena's face crumpled. Once? Don't lie to me. She turned to Vixen, betrayal etching deep lines. My own daughter? After everything. The argument escalated, words like daggers. Elena revealed more. She'd left not just for her identity, but to protect Vixen from a homophobic family. And now this? You're tearing us apart. Vixen fled to the rooftop, sobs racking her body. Jordan followed. We can figure this out. I love you, Vixen. Love. The word hit hard. Did she feel the same? Amid the chaos, yes, but at what cost? Elena didn't speak to them for days. The brownstone felt like a prison. Vixen called Grandma, seeking solace, but the old woman's response was harsh. I warned your mother about that lifestyle. Come home, child. Torn, Vixen considered leaving. But a deeper truth emerged in therapy sessions Elena insisted on. Family counseling to salvage what remained. There Vixen came out, voice shaking. I'm gay, Mom. And I'm sorry for hurting you. Elena's anger softened to pain. I wanted better for you. Not this mess. Jordan, meanwhile, moved out temporarily, giving space. The separation ached, but it forced reflection. Vixen journaled furiously, unpacking years of repression. One crisp morning, Elena knocked on Vixen's door. Let's talk. Really talk. They walked through Central Park, leaves crunching underfoot. Elena shared her full story. Falling in love with a woman in college, marrying Vixen's father to conform, the grief after his death pushing her to authenticity. Leaving you was my biggest regret. But I couldn't raise you in a lie. Vixen listened, empathy blooming. I understand now. But Jordan. She's part of me. Elena sighed. I see that. It hurts, but maybe it's time for me to let go. The revelation shifted everything. Jordan returned, but the dynamic changed. Elena and Jordan ended amicably, acknowledging their love had evolved into friendship. With the breakup, a fragile peace settled. Vixen and Jordan navigated their budding relationship cautiously, under Elena's watchful eye. If you're going to do this, do it right, Elena said, her blessing bittersweet. No more secrets. Vixen dove into self-discovery, joining LGBTQ support groups in the village. There she met others with similar stories, estranged families, hidden loves. It empowered her, but doubts lingered. Was her bond with Jordan real or born from rebellion? Thanksgiving approached, a test of their new normal. Elena invited Grandma to New York, hoping for reconciliation. It's time she sees us as we are, Elena insisted. Vixen dreaded it. Grandma arrived by train, her suitcase packed with homemade preserves and a Bible. The reunion was tense. Hugs stiff, conversations polite. Over turkey and stuffing, Grandma eyed Jordan suspiciously. So this is your friend? She asked Elena. Partner, Mom. Or was, Elena corrected gently. Grandma's fork clattered. Elena, I raised you better. And now Vixenandra too. Vixen bristled. Grandma, it's who I am. Who we are. The argument ignited. Grandma quoted scripture, voice rising. This is a sin. I won't stand by and watch you destroy your souls. Elena countered with calm resolve. Love isn't a sin, Mom. Hiding it is. Tears flowed. Grandma stormed out, but not before hugging Vixen fiercely. I love you, child. But I can't condone this. The fallout left Vixen reeling. Jordan held her that night, whispering assurances. We'll build our own family. As winter blanketed the city in snow, their love deepened. Jordan took Vixen to her favorite spots. Cozy bookstores in Brooklyn, jazz clubs in Harlem. They shared dreams, Vixen pursuing writing, Jordan exhibiting her photos. But cracks appeared. Jordan's ex, a fiery artist named Mia, resurfaced, emailing about unfinished business. Jordan dismissed it, but Vixen saw the hesitation. One evening, Vixen found Jordan texting Mia late at night. What's this? She confronted, heart sinking. Just catching up. Nothing more, Jordan insisted. Doubt festered. Was Jordan using her as a rebound? The insecurity peaked during a snowy walk in the park. Do you regret leaving Mom for me? Vixen asked. Jordan paused. No, but it's complicated. Elena and I had history. The word stung like betrayal. Vixen pulled away, spending more time with Elena. Mother and daughter bonded over shared pain. Cooking Italian meals, watching old movies. Love hurts, but it's worth it, Elena advised. Jordan, sensing the distance, planned a surprise. A weekend getaway to the Catskills. The cabin was rustic, fire crackling, stars brilliant. There they talked honestly. Mia was the past. You're my future, Jordan vowed. Vixen believed her, sealing it with a tender embrace. But upon return, Mia showed up at the brownstone, dramatic and uninvited. We need to talk, Jordan. Alone. Elena intervened. Not here. This is family space. Mia's revelation dropped like a bomb. She'd been in touch with Jordan for months, offering a gallery show in Seattle, Jordan's dream. She didn't tell you because she knew it'd mean leaving. Jordan's face paled. It's not like that. I turned it down. But the seed of doubt grew. Vixen felt manipulated, echoes of the initial betrayal. Were you ever going to tell me? The fight was explosive. I was scared. Of losing you, Jordan yelled. By lying? That's not love. Vixen stormed out into the blizzard, wandering aimlessly until Elena found her, frozen and heartbroken. Back home, Elena mediated. Trust is fragile. Rebuild it or let go. Jordan apologized profusely, showing emails declining the offer. I choose you, Vixen. Us. Forgiveness came slowly, but it did. Spring brought renewal, cherry blossoms in the park, symbolizing fresh starts. Vixen submitted her first short story to a magazine, drawing from their saga. Got accepted, a small victory. Grandma called unexpectedly. I've been thinking, praying. I don't understand, but I miss my girls. A tentative visit followed. No arguments, just stories and pie. Grandma didn't approve, but she listened. Maybe God's love is bigger than I thought, she conceded. Vixen and Jordan's relationship strengthened through trials. They moved into a small apartment in Brooklyn, creating their own space. Elena dated again, finding joy in independence. But the ultimate test came when Vixen discovered old letters in Elena's attic, ones Grandma had hidden, filled with Elena's pleas to see her daughter. The truth. Grandma's fear had kept them apart, not just Elena's choice. Confronting Grandma was emotional. Why? Vixen demanded over the phone. I thought I was protecting you. From pain, from sin. Grandma's voice broke. I was wrong. The admission healed old wounds. Family gathered for Elena's birthday. Awkward at first, but laughter won out. As summer heat enveloped the city, Vixen reflected on the whirlwind year. From rural isolation to urban chaos, her life had transformed. Jordan proposed a road trip out west, to clear heads and forge memories. They rented a convertible, cruising Route 66. Wind in hair, playlists blaring. Stops at diners, national parks, endless talks. This is us building something real, Jordan said, hand on Vixen's knee. In the Grand Canyon, under a sunset of fiery oranges, Jordan knelt. Vixenandra Hayes, will you be my forever? Tears streamed as Vixen said yes. The ring, simple silver, symbolized resilience. Back in New York, planning began. Elena helped with venues, Grandma sent recipes for the cake. Acceptance grew, albeit slowly. But drama lurked. Mia, spurned, leaked old photos of Jordan online. Innocent but twisted to imply infidelity. Social media exploded, tagging Elena's gallery. Vixen's world spun. "Why now?" she cried. Jordan fumed. "Revenge. I'll handle it." The scandal tested bonds. Elena's business suffered briefly, but supporters rallied. "This is what being out means, facing the hate," Elena said. Vixen wrote an op-ed for a local paper, pouring out her story. "Love isn't perfect, but it's human." It went viral, turning pain into purpose. Grandma read it, calling with pride. "You're brave, child. Braver than me." The wedding was intimate, in Central Park under blooming trees. Vows exchanged. "Through betrayals and truths, I choose you." Honeymoon in Seattle, ironic, facing Jordan's past. They visited Mia's gallery, closure and civility. "I'm happy for you," Mia said, genuine. Life settled into rhythm. Vixen published a novel, semi-autobiographical, exploring family secrets and queer love. Reviews praised its raw emotion. Elena found love again with a kind librarian named Sarah. Grandma visited more, bridging gaps with stories of her youth. Yet a final twist. Vixen discovered she was adopted. Elena confessed during a quiet dinner. "Your father and I couldn't have kids. We adopted you from an agency. I never told you because it didn't matter. You were ours." The news shook Vixen. Why hide it? Fear. "After he died, I worried you'd feel less mine." Jordan supported her through the search for biological roots. Records led to a woman in California. Single mom who'd given her up for a better life. Meeting Biomom was surreal. "You look just like me," the woman said, hugging tight. No resentment, only gratitude. "Thank you for giving me Elena," Vixen replied. This truth rewrote her narrative, adding layers of identity. She wasn't just Elena's daughter, but a tapestry of choices and loves. Back home, Vixen shared with Grandma. "Family isn't blood. It's who chooses you." Grandma nodded, tears in eyes. "I've learned that, thanks to you." Years passed. Vixen and Jordan adopted a child, a little girl from foster care. Elena doted as Grandma, the original grandma sending knitted blankets. In quiet moments, Vixen marveled at the journey, from abandonment to abundance. The pain of betrayal forged stronger bonds, the drama yielding depth. One evening, watching their daughter play, Jordan whispered, "We rewrote everything." Vixen smiled. "And it's beautiful." Word count. 1,000. But wait, this file is shorter? No, let's extend with more depth. The adoption process was grueling. Interviews, home visits, emotional roller coasters. But when little Mia, named for redemption, not the ex, arrived, chubby-cheeked and curious, it all clicked. Elena's relationship with Sarah blossomed into marriage, a quiet ceremony in the brownstone. Grandma attended, Bible in hand but judgments set aside. "Love wins," she murmured, a mantra she'd adopted. Vixen's novel became a bestseller, optioned for film. Interviews delved into her story, inspiring others. "Truth sets you free, but it hurts first," she'd say. Jordan's photography career soared, exhibitions worldwide. They traveled as a family, showing Mia the world. Yet, reflections on the past lingered. Vixen visited her biomom annually, building a bonus family. "You're proof second chances exist," biomom said. Grandma's health declined, leading to heartfelt conversations. "I regret the years I stole," she confessed. "Forgive an old fool." "I do," Vixen assured. When Grandma passed peacefully, the funeral united them all. Tears mixed with stories of her fierce love. In the end, the truth that rewrote everything wasn't just one revelation, but a series. Identities uncovered, loves tested, families redefined. Vixen stood on the rooftop one starry night, Jordan beside her. 15 years apart, and look at us now. Jordan kissed her. Home at last. The years unfolded like chapters in Vixen's novel, each laced with drama and redemption. Mia grew into a spirited teen, questioning her origins just as Vixen had. "Why two moms?" she'd ask, eyes wide. "Because love comes in all forms," Vixen explained, sharing sanitized versions of their story. Jordan added photos, visual tales of resilience. Elena's gallery thrived, specializing in queer artists. Sarah became the steady anchor, their home a hub for gatherings. Occasional storms hit. Mia's school bullying over her family, echoing past pains. But they faced it together, advocacy turning hurt into change. Vixen wrote sequels, delving deeper into human complexities. Critics hailed her for raw authenticity. Drama isn't just conflict, one review said. It's the heartbeat of growth. Jordan's lens captured it all. Family portraits, candid moments. An exhibit titled Rewritten Lives featured their journey, drawing crowds. A decade after the wedding, they renewed vows on a California beach, Biomom in attendance. Waves crashed as they promised eternity again. Grandma's spirit lingered in traditions. Sunday pies, Bible stories reframed with inclusivity. One pivotal night, Mia came out as bi. "I'm scared," she admitted. Vixen hugged her. "We're here. Always." The cycle of acceptance continued, a legacy of love. In quieter times, Vixen pondered the initial reunion, the cab door slam, the handhold that sparked it all. Betrayal had been the catalyst, forging unbreakable bonds. Elena, now silver-haired, reflected over wine. "I left to find myself, but you brought me back." Jordan nodded. "And rewrote us all." As the sun set over the Hudson, Vixen felt profound gratitude. The truth hadn't just shattered, it had illuminated, humanizing their flaws into strengths. Their story, dramatic and heartfelt, ended not in perfection, but in enduring humanity, a testament to love's resilient power.